Mango Habanero, healthy dip. No nicotine, no tobacco. So I don't know, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, somewhere in that vicinity, I reviewed Grinds pouches, Habanero mint. I think they were 50 milligram. I don't remember. Nonetheless, the video's out there. But I reviewed that just for the sole purposes of it was something spicy, it was including peppers, and something different I hadn't seen anybody else really do. And we're back today for that same reason, technically. But also I'm trying to quit chewing. I need to, right? I've been chewing a long time. And it's been a couple weeks now where I haven't had any tobacco. So that's a win. I've quit before and I cold turkeyed it, and I quit for almost 3 years. And then one day, that's a long story. We're not going to get into it, but and then boom, and then we've been back on it. So I know I can do it cold turkey, and I got 2 days in, and then I was just sitting around, and I was like, man, I'm not burning because of the surgery, and that helps. It really does. But I was like, I just needed something in the lips, so I went out and got these nicotine pouches, whatever, and so they're not the greatest, but it got me thinking of those Grind pouches, and those were like coffee based, you know what I mean? And I came across these, so I figured, you know what? Let's give these a shot. For a review purpose, right? But at the same time, this might be what I need, because no nicotine, no tobacco. TeaZa, that's what it's called. I got these off Amazon, and from my understanding, this is an old label. There's a newer label now. It says triple extra caffeine, spice, and flavor. Energy focus, oral stimulation. Yeah. Ingredients. I think these are 100 milligram. I could be wrong. I had looked it up and then I forgot because these came in a couple days ago, and I just getting around to reviewing it because I wanted my first experience trying them to be a review. These guys are out of Clearwater, Florida. Vitamin B3 as niacin 5 milligram, 31%. Vitamin B5, 20 milligram, 40%. Bunch of other stuff, hard to read, but at the very bottom, Habanero, capsaicin, chinense. So let's see. You don't have to do that because these should be pouches. I'm hoping it says 10 pouches, but for those of my dippers out there, you'll get a kick out of that. There it is. Ooh, they smell weird though. See, it's a struggle sometimes. It's easier sometimes to just quit cold turkey because sometimes the taste or whatever, it's a deterrent, which, if you're trying to quit, that's probably a good thing. Anyway, let's try one. Mango Habanero oral stimulant from, again, TeaZa. Oh, I wasn't saying, because I don't know if I finished it, but this is an old label. But they're still good. They got a good expiration, so we're straight on that. Yeah, anyway, I'm done looking. My old eyes are getting old on me. And so here's the other thing. So these are what I've been using just since I quit tobacco, because I didn't know what else to get. You know what I mean? Because I've only ever quit tobacco once or twice. This is going to be a story time video because we'll get back to this. I got to let this set in and experience it, see if we get any spice and how it is as far as the craving of somebody that chews. So double review in that sense, but it's going to be a minute. So I bought these just because I didn't know what else to get, and I was at the store, and it was I needed something, but I didn't want to get tobacco. It's like, we're staying off the tobacco. And then I got the nicotine, and and then I started reading up on that, and I'm like, shit, that ain't that much better for me. So even though these are pretty good if you're trying to get off, these have been doing me really well, honestly. That flavor's good. Anyway, this has like it is that mango flavor to it, but it's that dried, or I was gonna say pruned, but it's that pruned, dried down kind of flavor of a mango. Making me hiccup a little bit, but I'm gonna go for a second one just because when your boy was dipping straight tobacco, you know, I mean, I went through cans, man. Like it, you know, just be fucking horror stories if I really told people how much I went through and all that. You know what I mean? So we got to get off of it, right? But it feels better to have like a couple in there just for that. And again, what I really liked about this, not only was it you know, habanero, which fits this channel. That's why this review's on here. This isn't a fucking tobacco, you know, type of review. No, it's still a spicy review, but since I'm in it, I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna give some background and all this. But the reason that it's on this channel and that I'm really sitting here taking the time to do it is because it is habanero, and that fits what we do here. I got a little bit of spice kicking in right now. It almost feels like a burning sensation, you know, in the gum line, which is pretty common for what tobacco would do, right? Like you would kind of get a burning sensation, if you will. And so to be honest, to get that same sensation without having the tobacco and nicotine, it's hitting the mark pretty well for a replacement for chew, and then a replacement for shit like this, right? You know, again, I'll have to look at other things that are easier to find and easier to come by, you know, in the neighborhood, if you will, as opposed to just ordering online. I don't have Amazon Prime anymore. I could get it, and you know, and this would be a reason to get it if this was something that I wanted to stay on. It's making me it's got me some saliva. I've never been one to swallow. Never. But this one here, that never even, like there was no saliva being created. So it was very different than feeling the actual, like you're chewing. This actually feels like I got a dip in my mouth, whether it's a pouch or straight, you know, you know, long cut or short cut or whatever, or like red man sensation, right? Like where it's creating saliva. And it has a burning sensation going on, man. So you can really pick up on that habanero in that sense. Unless that's, you know, I'm not sure what else that could be, but it could maybe be something else. I don't pick up necessarily on the habanero flavor, but it's all mango flavor. And the further on that we get into the chew process here, it's becoming a sweeter, closer to a freshness of like a mango taste. It's still kind of more on that prunish, dried side, but it's getting better as you go having in, which is kind of nice, honestly, right? It gets better as it goes, you know, which is a good thing. It's giving off a lot of the same feel as like a real tobacco. This didn't. This really was just straight nicotine to the bloodstream, which again, I'm not necessarily big on. I don't need that. I don't drink soda. I drink coffee, but you know, it's you know, so I do need a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of pick me up a little bit. And that's why I think this is going to be better. So says made with green tea. TeaZaEnergy.com healthy dip, mango habanero. It's legit. This is good. This is a USA product as well. There's the expiration, 5/20/26. So we still got 6 months on it. Anyways, I'm gonna kill the video. It's doing exactly what it said it should do, in my opinion. Oral stimulation, 100%. It's fixing. It's hitting the crave of having a dip in. It's still different. It's still different, right? I mean, this was different. Everything's different than a real tobacco. It just is, and that's where they get you. That's what makes it even harder sometimes to quit and kind of whatever, because no matter how good they do, and I was never a flavor guy in my tobacco. I was just straight. Long cut, right? Like just straight. I didn't like flavors in my shit. And so this is, the flavors get to me a little bit. But I think your boy could rock with this. I like it. And it does it has a spice there. I wonder how spicy this would be. Like that spicy sensation. Because I'm feeling it even on the tongue a little bit. It's interesting. If I wasn't a chili head and somebody that has eaten a lot of fresh peppers, or really fresh peppers, that's the kind of vibe it's giving off, really is. Or hot sauce, like a really hot sauce, it'll kind of sizzle a little bit. It'd be interesting to find somebody, I might have to try, just to see how spicy is it for somebody else. We're about 12 minutes in now. I was 2-3 minutes of talking at the beginning before putting one in. We're about 7 or so minutes into having both in. It's holding its flavor, and it's holding its spice. It's whatever. So, I'm not gonna sit here all day, but if you're looking to quit chewing tobacco, this is a good one. They have other flavors too. So if habanero and what I'm describing to you as a little bit of burning sensation and spice and whatnot is too much of a negative for you, I think the product is probably still good with a different flavor. This one just really speaks to me and hits home. I would have reviewed this anyways, but the only reason I even came across it was because I got into thinking about or starting the process of quitting. So anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for burning with me. It's got a little spice to it. You know what I mean? I can't lie. It's got a little bit of burning sensation, and I haven't had that in the last 2 weeks since I actually quit chewing tobacco. So it's kind of scaring me that's come back, because it says safe. I'll have to do a little more research on this stuff and just make sure that everything is on the up and up on this, because just as it says, no nicotine, no tobacco, like it feels like it's cutting up the mouth a little bit more than like even what this did. But this was giving me just like a straight, just like an injection of nicotine in a way, and I didn't get super jittery or this or that with it per se, but I didn't like that either. You know what I mean? Like I don't do energy drinks. I don't do, this is about as enough of that as I need. So it's supplying that, and it is an oral stimulation. I'm done yapping. I love you guys. Merry Christmas. I know it's early, but I'll see you next time.